We're going to space.
Whole hullabaloo about you, man, and this mess you got going.
I would take an axe to a couple people's heads. I mean, I would go barbarian.
To a couple robots?
No,
Because
to
that's
maybe
really-
like a town, like Oblivion style.
Whoa, no, you just...
Sir, we're talking about robots.
Scabies is a that's also a staple of white culture.
Y'all some nasty niggas, bro.
It's like
Is
dust
that
mites.
white culture?
I believe
Y'all can
scabies,
keep that
It's
shit.
dirty.
But the black people, they smoke the weed and they get too relaxed.
I'm not getting taken down by no British cops.
Is this true, Don Juice? Is this true? You know the foreign affairs. Is this true?
It's propaganda. Just saying.
Howdy.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. That was so corny. Hello everyone, friends, fiends, everyone in between, if you know what I mean, or something like that, I guess. So today, lucky episode 13, it's Femcast.
Yay.
Fems. And so I am going to be hosting. It's me, Spaceboy Dandy, of course. And, oh, thank you. You're so sweet.
Golf clap.
Golf clap. Sweet golf claps. Oh, so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. You're too kind. And of course, joining me, we have the sweetest Sweet Bee.
Hello, everybody. I'm
How are
glad to
you?
be here.
How are you tonight?
I'm good.
You're good.
Yes.
It's been a good year so far. It's May.
It is May. It's almost halfway through the year.
I
Can
don't
you
like
believe
it. I'm uncomfortable.
It's crazy.
I'm actually very uncomfortable with
No
Time
one
goes
asked for
faster.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Time goes faster when you get older.
It does.
It really does.
Because you feel like you
Scientifically.
have no time to complete anything.
They've proven it with some research.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's
No,
crazy.
the thing that really scares me is they say the more time you experience, the less you remember of it, but you understand the meaning of time.
What do you mean by that?
So let's say you have 1 year of your life and everything you remember is such a large portion of that. And every time you add a year, you have a bigger pool to remember from, so you technically remember less of it.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
And you continue that for years and years and years.
See, I don't like that. I don't like the things that you're saying now.
But then you have a deeper understanding of it, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's kind of a sad, like,
It's very sad.
reward for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You understand more
Yeah.
for what you know and remember less.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh, it's like
Not trying to be depressing.
No, I mean it's a
No.
lot. But it's real, you know.
I appreciate the truth. I appreciate it. when
you have
people
to.
are forward.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Well, I appreciate you also being
Oh.
here. We have the gorgeous Gigi
Hey,
and the Heezy
y'all,
ready to party. So how are you tonight?
Oh, I'm fabulous.
Good.
Here with the Femcast,
Yeah.
feeling good.
Good. I'm glad you're
Wearing
feeling
a
good.
fly jacket.
Yes,
thank
it's
you.
so cool. Like
I can't even take credit for it because it's not mine. Shout out to Lily because it's her jacket.
Well, it's a very nice jacket. I feel like no one would ever like miss you if you were in the dark. You would definitely, you'd be safe. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You can take a walk at night.
yeah,
And people would
neon.
avoid me. Yeah,
exactly. So that's
you get the
Yeah.
gist. Picture it.
well.
Are you?
Speaking of avoiding people or feeling like you're being avoided, so apparently, Aisha Curry went and spoke with Jada Pinkett and it started this whole debacle about what she said. So I'm going to read what she said. Something that really bothers me has honestly given me a little bit of insecurity is in the fact that, yeah, there are all these women throwing themselves at her husband, but me, like the past 10 years, I don't have any of that. Like, I have zero. This sounds weird, but I have, male attention. And so then I begin to internalize it. Like, this is something wrong with me. I don't want it, but, like, it'd be nice to know someone's looking. So,
when I first heard about it, it was this whole ordeal about how she wanted other people to be involved, even though she's married to a very successful man, and that she's living in his shadow.
I don't feel like that's it.
Okay.
Like, honestly, I can understand her perspective. As a woman, when you receive attention from a man who is not your spouse, there's a certain level of confidence that it ensues to the individual woman. Like, I still have it. I'm still sexy. I'm still appealing to these people. And the fact that she doesn't receive that anymore because she's with somebody makes her feel like, do I still have it? Or am I still on my game?
I think I kind of can see it from both perspectives. So I feel like definitely, like, on a base level, obviously, no one wants to feel like they're undesirable. Like, regardless if you're in a relationship or not. Like, no one wants to feel like they're not wanted. But at the same time, I feel like there comes a certain comfortability within yourself where you don't necessarily need or care for, like, the validation from other people. Personally, I don't, like, I'm working on it, but, like, I feel like I definitely understand what she's saying. I don't think it was anything, like, for people to take and make, like, oh, she's trying to, like, cheat on her husband, or, like, she's, trying to do all this other stuff. But at the same...
She just sounds like she's a little jealous of attention.
Yeah,
that's not a crime, as long as she's not going someplace else to get it.
Yeah, I feel like she just wants a little bit of attention to feel like, she still is attractive, to, like...
But, honestly, to a certain degree, I don't know if I believe that she doesn't get any attention. Like, I mean, because
she's overdoing
she's pretty. Like, have you seen her? She's cute. Like. She's, like... She's a girl that I feel like guys would probably
Right.
Still, I don't know if I think she gets zero attention, but maybe it's not, like, the type of attention she wants from people, or from the type of people that she wants it from, or...
Right, because, I mean, like, if she is attractive, I mean, not even, because, I mean, it depends on every person's, like, perception of attractiveness. So, like, as long as somebody found her attractive, she should, in some sense, receive some sort of attention, but maybe it's not what she classifies as attention.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I definitely think I get where she's coming from. I do. But I also can, like, see where, at the end of the day, like, it kind of shouldn't matter, you know? For anyone. Like, I mean, because we all, like, as individual people have to, like, learn how to first be okay with ourselves before anything, because, like, if you don't like yourself, it doesn't matter, like, who gives you that attention. You're always going to be wanting it from other sources. Yeah,
it's really hard.
It is hard.
I tell myself that. I'm working towards that.
Yeah. I feel like, that's really the best thing you can do, is, like, at least acknowledge it and work towards it, and so I appreciate, like, her honesty, because at least she was willing to be so open and like a vulnerable topic, like, because obviously that's personal, like, she didn't have to put herself out there like that. So I think, it's definitely important to be willing to be open with yourself, and, like, do you feel like you need validation, and, like, why do you maybe feel like that? And, like, I feel like there's so many layers that you can really unpack, like, within, like, each person, and, if there's so many,
because everybody's different with it. not everybody's at that same comfort level, and they need that validation. And it's
Mhm.
not even wrong to want that
No,
validation.
exactly. Like, it's not. Like, I feel like it's normal. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just honestly a part of, like, this human experience, I guess, that we're doing. But
Just feeling the feelings.
all of them at, like, all times, every day.
Just like when you watch Game of Thrones.
Oh my gosh, people feel all the feels. I feel zero feels because I literally do not watch that show.
I've watched the last episodes. I have not watched
So,
like,
no priors.
So you
like a
just watched the
few of
recent
the
things?
beginnings.
Oh
A
my
few.
God.
Maybe like
Oh, so you just jumped
3 or
in. You
4.
just
Yeah, I
you
just
said,
jumped into
"Fuck
the
it,
end.
I'm going."
That's where I was
I'll
introduced.
figure it out along the way. I watched all of them
all of them.
in order.
There's
up
like
to-
what eight seasons or so. Is that what we're
Right.
doing?
I don't even know. This is the last one, and the rumor is they are messing it up. They're going to ruin the entire series with how they're treating the characters in the end season. I don't know. It's only halfway through it, so we can't be too judgmental.
Okay. I mean, I guess.
I feel like
No.
she has the most knowledge to actually talk about it.
Yeah, I know for sure. I mean, well, real quick, I want to bring up, I guess, because there's like this debacle that's all over the internet about a cup that was left on the show recently.
Yes, there was a coffee cup in front of Daenerys, and apparently this isn't the first time this has happened on the show.
Yikes!
Wait, it's happened before?
Yes, but I have not seen any of those times. I just see screen caps later, so it's hard to know for sure.
Yeah, but
If
some
you
people
watch it
are.
again
I
really
guess.
slow. Maybe you'll see it. I never noticed it, so I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But apparently, the big deal about it is that they spent so much time
Mm-hmm.
producing these things.
You know, I agree because it's like you say that it takes all this time and money and effort for this final product that wasn't double checked in like such a blatant way. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not just a once over, like it goes through like several processes before it actually ends up on, like airing. So I think that is kind of crazy.
Although if you watch the actual video of it, it's subtle. It's hard to see. You have to watch it very closely. And if they did watch it several times, then yeah, that's true. But if they weren't looking for that kind of thing.
Oh my god.
Everything is just fine.
There was an earthquake.
It's all good.
I'm so sorry about that, guys. But I won't do that again.
For me, I mean, I don't really have the validity to really speak on it, so, take it with a grain of salt, those of you listening.
Mhm.
But from what I've seen, I know that some of the directors and, like, people who have, like, a major hand in it, they talk afterwards, after the episode plays. And just from their tone and their demeanor, it kind of seems like that's not something that they would kind of, like, accept. Like a cup being displayed. In
Oh, I get what you mean. Like they make it
know?
seem like it's so
serious,
like I did this
artistic.
thing,
Look at this
and
beauty
like
work of art. I
something
created.
as silly as a plastic or
Yeah.
paper cup or whatever.
So, like, it doesn't make sense that they would allow it. But
It
I
wasn't
mean,
on purpose. It was an accident.
right?
It's fine.
Oopsie daisy.
That's
Right.
what I think. I think it's more of an accident because I heard about that, and some people thought that it was like on purpose.
Why would it be on purpose?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
There's zero purpose for that to be there. Like,
It's a silly
Unless
Easter
it's
egg.
Unless it's
what?
a
Like
secret sponsor from Starbucks.
that would be.
Listen, I'm
That's
gonna give you
obnoxious.
this much money. Let a picture of Starbucks be on your video.
It's the background advertising where they secretly product place things and see if maybe you won't notice.
Yeah, all the fans are complaining while drinking a cup of Starbucks.
Oh my goodness, that's actually
It's like the movies with the Coca-Cola. As long as they keep
Oh,
showing
yeah.
it to you.
certain ones. Sometimes they always have the labels facing away from the camera, depending on the budget of the movie. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is. Yeah, like sometimes, like if you watch one of those lower budget movies, like if you look at the beer they're drinking, you won't actually see a label.
Right.
They'll like either have it turned away from the cameras, or they're like always holding it in a way that you can't necessarily see it. So
Right, but you can tell. Right?
You can tell.
I mean, you can usually kind of tell,
you
but
can't see the label. Otherwise, they have to pay for the branding and the advertisement.
Oh, I get you.
yeah.
So
it's
they're
like-
using them
yeah.
to kind of get the clout of it, not really the company getting the clout.
Well,
from it.
it's more of just like they want to be able to use the product without having to pay
I get you.
extra to use it. But I mean, with Game of Thrones, though, like I know a lot of people love it. My like coworkers are constantly talking about it every week. They stand around and talk at least 15 minutes about these plots, and I don't really find it that interesting. But
We haven't watched it, so
I mean, I tried and I didn't like it.
I'm on the same page with you because I
Mhm.
watched like maybe the first 4 episodes and I
Mhm.
didn't get hooked.
Mm-hmm.
Albeit, I've been told that you need to watch more, a little bit more to get
Mhm.
hooked onto it.
there's
So,
a
I
lot to
mean,
watch.
Yeah. So I'll take the side that maybe it's a show worth getting hooked on.
I
But
mean, and
I didn't get hooked.
I'm partially not interested, I guess, in that particular subject matter in terms of like movies or TV. Like, I'm just not. And so when I tried to, it wasn't sticking. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, I can.
All right. I did 2 episodes a couple years ago, and that was it. We're done.
No more chances. You had your shot. Episode 1 and 2. That's it.
That's it. I mean, maybe one day, like, I'll watch it, but I don't.
Yeah. I'm on the same boat. I'm just
I
like,
think
okay.
it's good drama.
I'm
Good
seeing the
drama.
ending.
Plus, we see a lot of we watch it together, so it's like me and my husband and his family. So we always watch it every week.
That's
It
cute.
becomes an
That's
experience.
Oh,
That's actually nice.
so it's like a sentimental
Yeah.
thing. So, I mean, well, you could replace the show. I mean, it's not, that doesn't make it a good
But this show is very good for it because it creates discussion about what is this character going to do. And then there's this drama about they don't understand victims of rape or victims of abuse.
Oh my goodness.
Or how they treat female characters.
Oh my
because
goodness.
They don't mention Caitlyn Stark anymore, and the theories go on. But it's a representation thing. People feel like it's become too masculine. Then you look at the era that they are appearing to be, and that makes a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's interesting because, you know, in general, I mean, obviously I can't really speak on Game of Thrones, so like, because I don't know where it started to where it is now, so I can't say if it's more masculine or not, but I feel like there's this trend in a way that's going on where people just kind of want to police and criticize, like, everything so much. And when you think about, like, you know, art and film and things, like, how much of that do you sacrifice to pander to, like, how people feel?
Right.
I mean, because people are fickle
No, I
and
get
people
that.
feel one way
Mhm.
today and the next, like, you know, I don't.
why appease to the masses if they may be dissatisfied
Exactly.
the next day?
Exactly. Like, what's the point? Like, you should just make the thing that you're making. You know, people are going to feel how they fucking feel. I mean, I feel like that's kind of, I don't know. Some
Yeah.
people might feel it's harsher, but it's just,
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like fans shouldn't really take it so personally.
they
Sometimes.
shouldn't, because it's not about them.
It's not. The creator is seeing a vision in their mind of what they want to create.
Exactly.
And for you to discredit or disvalue what they create is like you discrediting a person's opinion of how they view things.
Mhm.
And everyone's entitled to view what they want to view.
Yeah.
How they want to view it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like, you know, a lot of things that people put out, it's like literally them sharing, you know, just
Yeah.
literally a piece of them because it's just something that they, you know, wanted to put together. It's just they're trying to share an experience with
Yeah.
you. But
And
when,
even,
oh, what were you going to say?
I know, I was just gonna say, and even more so, they're being vulnerable with it. They're
Mhm.
sharing it with you.
Exactly. And like, I feel when people do it to appease someone or to like be cool, I feel like it really translates and then it doesn't seem as genuine. Like,
Yeah.
for example, I was on Instagram, and I'm not gonna like say this person's at because like I don't even want to give them like any clout, like honestly, but they had done so I was on the explore page,
Yeah.
and so I saw this like half done drawing of a rapper, and I was like, oh, it looks good. So I clicked it, and I read the caption, and it just seemed like they had gotten requested to do it. That's why they did it. So I was like, okay, well, I just want to see the other type of art they do. I like to look at art. So apparently, like, they're at, like, basically says that they like to paint rappers specifically. But I don't know, it looked a little baity, you know what I mean? Like, just how, you know, I want to do this because I'm so hip and I'm so trendy and like, wow, I'm so cool. And the thing is, so the art is good. Like, I like art. I think all art is good, you know, but in a way, I don't know, like, it just, the pieces, like, they don't.
Right. They don't speak volume to you.
No, they don't.
It's empty.
They don't read. They feel empty. And, like, you know, there's one of them, because, like, a lot of them are portraits.
Right.
Where I didn't know who it was until I clicked who it was tagged. And, like, and then I read the caption. I was like, oh.
Wow. The actual photo spoke more to you.
Yeah. And, like, I feel like when you care about something and then I don't know. I feel like when you care about things, actually, that's when you create better products versus just doing shit because you think other people are going to like it.
It's true. Isn't it kind of fucked up that that's the way that some celebrities make it to the top, though?
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the time they appease to what the masses want. And then they make it to the top. And then that's when they take their solidarity and start doing what they want.
Mm-hmm. They have to do it that way sometimes, and it kind of sucks. It's really sad. But you know what else is really sad? So, well, I guess it's not sad. I mean, a lot of people like love, but these bugs, though, that we have, they're called love bugs, and they are not filled with love. They love each other, but they hate us so much. They hate our cars. They hate our clothes, our skin. They hate our indoors, any indoor building they can get into. They're awful.
I feel like, so there was this apparent trick going around where you put a bowl with baby oil and water in it, and it'll catch them. Now, we don't have enough of them around here for me to know that, but last weekend we were at a park that was swarming with them, and it was miserable. Mm-hmm. Just covering you, and everywhere you walked, I just waving my arms. My arms were tired by the end of the day. There's so many of them, and they love the trees there for some reason, so I'm just walking around and getting sunburned.
I just, so those of you who may not live in Florida, love bugs. They're these little black and red bugs, and they come like out in the spring. I feel like, do they come out again later in the year?
In August, I think?
Yeah, I think they come out a second time in the year, and it is just, the numbers, they are just fucking massive. It's just, it is absolutely disgusting. Like, you should see the windshields of some people's cars. Like, they have to pull over and wipe that shit off. Like, it gets so bad. Like, the front, oh my god, if you have a white car, God bless you. God bless you.
You're attracted to white, in case you didn't know, the listeners.
And then you just hit them all on the front of your car, and you see all the little splatters, and it's just not a fun time, and it's a couple months of madness, and they attach to each other. So it's always two. It's always a twofer.
Yeah, basically they're fucking. Okay, that's what's happening. You got two insects.
Hey, it's just natural. Okay?
They don't give a fuck that they're fucking.
This is their party, okay? And we're just in the fucking middle of it. Why are you watching? It is fucking, just Google the love bugs in Florida, and you will
I'm
just
gonna feel so creepy when they fly in my car and there's two of them, and like, just remember what you said. I will never again be the same.
Oh my gosh. And it's just like, but honestly, their synchronization is impeccable.
That's
because it's
true.
like they're, so they're attached at the butts, but they're always going the same direction.
The butts.
Are you sure about that?
Okay,
For
so
those of you
we didn't study the anatomy of love bugs.
I'm so sorry. Please clarify.
Let's just say
Are you educating us?
it's the female and male reproductive portions that are attached to each other.
Also
At least
known
for what
as
I know now.
the butts.
But it looks like they're butt to butt.
Okay, alright, but.
It looks like they're butt to butt. I mean,
But-
that's fine if that's what they're into.
I mean, if you fucked a butt to butt.
I get Okay. So, regardless though, they gotta go, but they'll never go because apparently someone brought them here and they're not supposed to be here.
Yes, someone
yes.
from Florida State.
The legend goes.
Please educate us.
He thought that they would be eating the mosquitoes. Well, turns out they eat mosquito larvae, but there's no natural predator, so they kind of just went wild.
Fucking lame.
Right?
Lame.
Stop bringing invasive species.
This
Yeah.
is true.
That's not good. It's not natural.
It's kind of a jerk move.
It hasn't worked. Why do you keep doing it?
Because people are dumb.
That's true.
They're
I
just
mean, that's
dumb.
kind of sad,
Hey,
but it's
he
true.
didn't
It's
know.
true.
It's not, I mean, yeah, it's not the
Well,
same.
not necessarily
environment.
this person was dumb, but in general, like, a lot of people do just carelessly bring in invasive. This person had actual good intentions. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
If this even happened. Who
You know
knows?
what?
But
That's the positive side. It
Yeah.
was good intentions, but it was fucking stupid. Because nothing eats the love bugs. They're swarming. They're everywhere.
they're swarming and they're fucking butt to butt. They've gotta go. We've gotta get them out. But it's all natural, you know, just a natural thing. But speaking of natural things,
The birds and the bees.
the birds and the motherfucking bees.
Oh.
Why is it called that, by the way? Who
have no
decided
idea.
that? What does
I-
that mean? Birds
I
and bees
don't
do
know.
not do anything together. If anything, I feel like they have a negative relationship.
That's true, because birds, I don't know if they eat bees.
I don't
but
know if they
feel
would
like
want to, but
Yeah. Because they
maybe
I
they
don't
would
know.
try to and be unpleasantly surprised.
Like,
But
shit, I can't eat this. Freaking stung me. The bee's
My
like,
throat!
son of a bitch, I died for this.
oh my god. Yeah.
Maybe
So
they're a bird delicacy you don't know.
This is true. We cannot disqualify this.
I don't know. There's a lot of fucking birds, so who knows, man?
Yeah,
Like,
they can't discredit it.
Maybe some eat bugs or bees and some don't, but that really doesn't apply to the topic at hand,
it doesn't
which
at all.
includes sex education.
Sexual education.
And mind you, this topic is with young children.
Mm-hmm. So you're educator of the sex at this
Yes,
time.
I am.
Okay.
So it is by state mandate that I educate 6th graders of the age of 12 to 13 about the sexual education.
Okay.
That's what my job is.
That sounds
A portion of my job.
draining.
It's draining.
But you know, it sounds like it could also be entertaining at times.
Oh, I never said it wasn't.
please spill the beans and let us know how
Yes.
does this go? How does this work?
Okay, so usually we have a class of about 22 children who don't feel the need that they need to be educated on this topic because they're not doing these things. And I completely understand, but my job is to educate them on it anyways, even if they don't want to learn about it. And most of the time, they are pretty much immature about it. They just, my first period literally screamed. Screamed at the sight of a cartoon penis.
They scream.
Screamed.
Like, was it like a blood curdling?
Ah!
Oh no! Oh no!
And I'm like, it's a little cartoon penis. There's no details. It's just a white image. That's all it was.
Was it on a
blue
textbook?
background. No, it was on a Brain Pop, in case of those of you. Shout out to Brain Pop. You have educated millions of people.
Oh my goodness. No, well that's tragic. Why are they screaming? You know, because I mean, I don't feel like it's anything they haven't seen.
no. I mean,
Did you see a cartoon penis at 12? Because I feel like my sex education did not include pictures.
It didn't?
No,
Really?
I feel like it didn't. I mean,
We had pictures because we had books.
Yeah.
I had a book.
We have books.
And we had slideshows and we had videos.
Yeah.
Like, and there were fucking diagrams. Like, and I mean, they weren't necessarily like explicit, but they were like 2D, flat image, just
2D.
just
I
of
like it.
anatomical parts, though.
Right.
yeah, like this is what this is and this is what
Yeah.
that is. Yeah.
Fair enough.
It showed more so like how it would look cut in half than like
Right.
how it would look,
Exactly.
you know.
That's what I
fleshed.
show.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
So-
exactly what I show.
Yeah. So, I mean, I certainly didn't scream. I mean,
Yeah, but I think they do it for fun.
I think they do
To, like,
it for fun.
Bond together.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
honestly don't know why they do
They're
it.
still immature, I
They
think.
are.
And, you know.
But I mean, it's kind of sad because this group also, like, on the down low, talk about watching Pornhub. Which is kind of sad because, I mean, they have access to these things when we didn't. You
They
know what I
definitely
mean?
do. Oh my gosh, that's fucking crazy. But, I mean, they do because, like, first of all, everyone's kid is given, like, a phone or a tablet at, like, 6.
Yeah.
And they're just on the web for hours,
I
like,
know.
unsupervised, doing Lord knows what. So it doesn't surprise me that, like, middle schoolers, or maybe even, unfortunately, younger kids, would somehow stroll too far,
Yeah.
and, you know, they find that,
I
find
do.
those little XXX sites, and
Yeah, I hear it on the down low. I know they don't mean for me to hear it, but I
Mhm.
hear them talking about it. Oh, do you see this on Pornhub? And I'm just like, well, damn.
well, damn.
Like, you're 12. Why are you watching Pornhub?
Don't watch Pornhub.
Who gave you permission?
No one gave them permission.
No one did.
Except their parents did when they gave them that phone.
Ooh, I like that.
Unsupervised.
That's true.
Or, I don't know. I mean, because I had a phone. Well, my phone didn't have the ability. And then, like, I certainly wasn't going to get on the computer. My family computer to try to find porn. That didn't come until, I guess, later in high school when I got my
That's
own
true.
laptop.
Right. Because, I mean, could
And
you
my phone
imagine?
did go on the internet.
Right? Could you imagine your parents? Spaceboy Dandy, what are you watching? This is a family sharing computer.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good, you know?
No.
But, I mean, these kids are given a lot of, like, kind of...
Yeah.
There's a lot of hands-off parenting, I feel like, going on.
There is.
So, that's unfortunate for...
Free range parenting.
Oh,
that's
I
what
like
we're-
that.
Yeah,
That's what we're
That's
naming
nice.
it? That's the term?
that, it's a thing.
Free
Where
range.
you- It apparently is a new
Mm-mm.
development in parenting. When it was a natural thing many years ago, just now there's this scare that there's a lack of security for kids, so you can't just let them run off and do their own thing. But then that previous generation remembers doing that as when they were kids.
I don't remember just running off and doing my own thing. Ever.
There was a slight limit on it. And
Yeah.
not even purposefully. Just
Yeah.
like technology-wise, I couldn't.
Yeah. Like, I feel like the
My
problem...
little flip phone couldn't.
The definite problem now is that, like, yeah, sure, maybe 100 years ago that was fine, but 100 years ago they didn't have access to some of the things that they have access to now. And, like, I don't feel like it's as responsible to just kind of let your kid roam and, like,
Well, what if
The
they
way.
like text you and say, "Hey, I'm at this place," and they just keep you updated? And
I
it gives
don't
them a
know.
sense of independence
I mean, so wait, so what do you mean? Like, what age are you talking about? Like,
Oh, that's a good
at a
point.
reasonable age.
because, I mean, if you're talking about a teenager, yeah, they can go out, and, like, I'm not
So
saying,
what's-
like,
what's
they
the
have to have a
youngest age
leash
then?
on them, but I'm not gonna let, like, my 5-6-year-old just go
Yeah.
outside and fucking play, or, like, run off in a corner with a tablet for 7 hours. Like, that's just
Yeah.
not...
But the age
I
of
Good.
kids that you teach is what, 12, 13?
Yeah, 12, 13.
So is that old enough for a cell phone?
Oh, I mean, they can have, like, a phone per se, but, like, there's gonna be limits to
You
that
know?
phone, because, like, I had a
Yeah.
phone at that time, but I used it for emergencies and maybe some text messages,
Yeah.
but there were a limit to the messages that I could send, and, like,
I would
I
do
feel like
that.
that's fair and that's appropriate. You don't have to give them an unlimited thing just because it's available.
Right.
Like, just because there's new technology doesn't mean it's better for them.
I completely agree.
So-
I would do the same. I would limit it.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't give them full access to everything just
Yeah.
because it's available.
Yeah.
Because, like, I honestly feel like, it depends on the individual, because, I mean, you're talking about little people here.
Yeah.
And they're going to do different things.
Yeah.
They're going to react differently with the information that they're given.
Exactly.
And so, a really good question is, do you think that the information that they're given influences how they come out? You know, like at such a young age?
I think so. I think to an extent, like, I mean, not necessarily 100%, but, like, I definitely think, you know, being exposed or kept from certain things, you know, could definitely have an impact on, you know, decisions that you make in the future, for sure. Like,
Yeah.
You know, but of course, like you said, you know, every kid is different because, like, every human's different, obviously. And, like, but as a parent, I think it's honestly your duty to actually know your child and, like, be present in their life and actually, you know, not just, I mean, oh, the world will teach you. Like, I don't know, like, that's just, I mean, yeah, to a certain degree, the world will teach you, but, like, I'm here to guide you. Like, I mean, I brought you here, so I might as well, like, give you some sort of guidance. Like,
the world will teach you with bumper stickers.
Oh my gosh, there's so many different kinds of bumper stickers. Like, people are fucking weird. I saw this lady with a feline license plate, and she had all these cat bumper stickers.
She's got a lot of time on her hands for the cats.
For the cats. Sorry.
What if one got you in serious trouble? If they pulled you over and arrested you because of your bumper sticker?
That's fucking nuts. I don't feel like you should arrest people for a bumper sticker.
Yeah,
I don't know if you're allowed to do that. That
It
sounds...
says, I eat ass.
I still don't think you're allowed to do
You
that.
don't think that's offensive?
I mean, it can be to somebody, but it's not my business.
Apparently, a cop found it to be in violation of an offense and pulled over a guy for it.
Obscenity?
Yep.
That's lame.
An I eat ass sticker on the back of his car.
He eats ass.
Yeah.
You know, I honestly feel like I might have a picture of someone with a I eat ass sticker on my phone. Like, I dead ass feel like I
thought that
this.
was going somewhere else, but I'm glad it went the way it did.
I have a picture of eating it. No.
Well, they dropped all charges. It was not permanent. They decided it was not against his rights to have such a bumper sticker, and you can put whatever you want on your car.
Right. It went against the First Amendment, right? That was the offensive attorney's defense on it.
Exactly. I mean, he's not eating ass on the sidewalk or, you know, in the middle of the freeway. He has a sticker that's declaring a statement. That's my fucking prerogative. Like, I can declare whatever I want to declare.
It's kind of strange, though, that we have a law that says that things that are obscene should be against the law when we have the entitlement to the First Amendment. I mean, that kind of contradicts the whole notion, because if I have the freedom to state what I want, if I want to state something obscene, then why create a law that completely contradicts it?
It doesn't make sense.
Because it brings it up in conversation, and it makes it something that comes to the forefront. Like, if you find something obscene and they stop you immediately, that makes a statement. Like, hey, we're not okay with this.
Right.
But then later on they say, okay, you have freedom of speech. All right, I get it. We'll drop it. But you still did it, and it still wasn't okay. So that's a message that they send in about obscenity and those sorts of things.
Oh, I kind of like that. I like the message that she's kind of like entailing with that. The fact that there are some people who sort of like are dissatisfied with certain remarks that feel like they're obscene, but yet they're kind of protected by the First Amendment.
Yeah.
But they're still kind of debated amongst people who are a bit like more conserved about what you're saying. You know?
I get it. Yeah.
Because it appeases to everybody in a way.
That's
in a
weird.
weird way. You got the conservatives who feel like, hey, this shouldn't be said. And, you know, they're getting recognition for it. But then at the end of the day, you know what? You have the right to say that. Go ahead and say what you want.
Right, say what you want.
So it kind of feels like a game almost.
It's all a fucking game, bro. Like, I'm so over it. It's fucking lame.
Fucked up a little bit.
He may have just put that sticker there as a joke because he thought it was funny. It's not even that deep.
90% sure that is why that sticker was there. It was because they thought it was funny. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it was necessarily an advertisement for people to,
Right.
you know, I think if anything, it was for comical effect.
Right. Who puts that seriously on the back of their truck?
So I've seen on the back of people's truck, or like hanging from their trucks, like balls. Like it looks like a little ball sack. I could understand you maybe getting pulled over for that. Those are, I guess, obscene. Because it actually looks like...
Do they pull people over for that?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I guess it depends on the cop.
If they're pulling people over for stickers, I wouldn't be surprised if they would pull someone over for that. Like, I mean...
What if you were a mom in a minivan driving by and the kids practicing their reading and they just read that out loud? Are you okay with that?
Read what out loud?
I eat ass.
I mean, what am I supposed to? I would be like, hey, where'd you see that? And they'll be like, oh, it was on that car. I'd be like, don't say that. You don't eat ass.
Yeah, I feel
That's
like
literally, that would be my reaction.
I feel like I would be in the same.
That's reasonable. You just
Right.
logic it out.
Yeah, like, I mean, what else am I supposed to do? Oh my god, Daniel, how dare you?
Yeah, no, that's... For me, that's overdoing it.
That's too much. That's too much.
Because, you know, at the end of the day, when they go to school, they're being exposed to more than that.
Exactly. So, like, I'm not gonna, you know, sit there and explain to them, well, you know, what they mean by I eat ass is that they like to spread someone's cheeks. And, like, I'm not gonna do that either. You know what I mean? But, like, so you don't have to feed into it, but you don't have to, like, try to hide from it either. Just saying,
find that sweet in between.
Exactly.
Not in between the butt cheeks.
Not between the cheeks, unless
Dirty
that's what you're into.
people.
Oh my gosh, I mean, unless that's what you're into.
Like tiny houses. If you like tiny spaces.
Are you into tiny spaces and being cramped with your full family, your four person family and your dog in 300 square feet? Are you into it?
Are you into it?
You
I
can
guess
buy
they're
them on
just
Amazon now
trying to save some
for
money, I guess.
$7,250.
That's a steal because, you
That
know,
is a real steal.
on HGTV, they're usually going for about 20 to 40,000, sometimes even more. Some people pay like 100,000 for their fucking tiny house, and you can get a regular size house at that point. Like in certain areas, you can. But
that's ridiculous.
I mean, they're incredibly cheap, but you still have to find the land to put them on, and it depends on location. So if you're local around where we are at, they have these little tiny house plots where they're all kind of on top of each other.
little communities.
Yeah. But if you go to someplace like Colorado and it's in the mountains with the trees and you have all this space around you, well, maybe it's more like a cabin and it's cute.
I mean, I feel like tiny houses, they definitely aesthetically are cute. Obviously, duh, anything miniature is cute. It's like a little house. It's really just like a mobile home, but it's like a cute one, you know? And like,
yeah,
it's just the practicality of them. It doesn't, for longevity purposes, absolutely not.
right.
Absolutely not.
You think it would take a nerve?
No, I feel like max 6 months I would live in one.
Right.
But honestly, I would see myself renting one for sure. Because again, like I want to experience, I think they're cute. They look super fun.
Yeah.
But again, like for living purposes, raising a family, people move into these with their babies and their dogs.
Why?
And I'm just like, what? How? You're going to get tired of that in less than a year.
It's
And
like
if you
living
don't,
in a
you're
camper.
nuts. Huh?
It's like living in a camper.
I mean, well, then again, some people can make that work for them, I guess.
Right. I
They-
mean,
Just depends on the people.
I honestly think it's just like a fad, though. For most people, some people genuinely can make that work because some people are really good at being efficient. But I feel like most people are just kind of into it, like for the novelty purposes, like kind of like 10 years ago when we had like all those little super small cell phones and like,
oh, okay.
like you remember like everyone wanted like a small phone and it got smaller and smaller and smaller
Right.
until like now we have these big ass
Yeah.
things again because
the
this
new
is
thing.
honestly more practical for what we use them for and like what we need it. And so I mean I think the same thing with tiny houses, like yeah, it's so fun and cute
Right.
now, and then like
And I also think it kind of like goes into like the whole like sustainability thing with like global warming and like use less and like produce less waste and whatever. So like the tiny homes kind of fit into that little fad.
Yeah, exactly.
But honestly, like personally, I don't think I could enjoy that kind of environment for that long period
No.
of time. Owning a small house. I'm not talking about renting. Like, I'm going to stay here for a little bit of time. Owning it.
Exactly.
And
I just
imagine when they go out of, like, popular opinion. Imagine trying to sell that little thing.
I know.
When it's not popular anymore.
Exactly. You'll be good doing it as an Airbnb or something, but I mean, and then that's if you have it in a good spot, because if you just have it in like some random ass trailer park, who's gonna want to like just come in and rent it? I mean, maybe someone will, but it's just, I don't know, dude. Like tiny houses, I think it's very strange that Amazon is offering to sell them.
Yeah.
I think that's a great price. Again, I think it is a strange thing
What if
to
you get
purchase
you-
your home,
Get you a really
your whole
nice
home.
little spot on a lake. You
Yeah.
plop your tiny home on it. Boom. Make
Boom.
all the Airbnb money.
Boom, bang, shaboom.
Just give me $7,250.
I mean, what if you get
land.
some rinky-dink little thing, you know? Do you get to see it before you pay the $7,000?
I'm sure there's pictures.
Do they,
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
sure they show you. Right?
I mean, I'm sure you see
There's
pictures, but do
pictures.
you see pictures of the one you're getting? Because there's always pictures, but is that the picture of what you're getting?
That's the true test of Amazon. You have to have the eye for it.
You have to know what's going to be legit or not. You have to. I mean, it all looks fine and fucking dandy until
Right.
until you get it in the
Quick gut check. Does this feel like it's going to be legitimate?
you know, it's
$7,000?
I don't know how people can do that.
it's a $7,000 home.
I need to see it and feel it.
I like to see and feel things as well. I mean, there's some stuff like I'll buy off of the internets. Recently I've actually been buying some bathing suits, like, because they're super cheap, and they actually have come out okay the past 3 times. So I'm like,
Can I ask where?
yes, from Zaful.
I have shopped at Zaful myself.
You have?
I have.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so then you know. I mean, it kind of takes a long ass time. Most of the time, like
the fuck.
So shout out
Like,
to
I
free
forget.
advertising here.
I've actually
Wow.
forgotten that I've ordered things, but when it comes, I'm like, oh yeah, that's so cute. Hooray. It came. So,
And it's not actually bad.
no.
From the stuff I've gotten.
Yeah.
It pretty much matches.
Yeah, pretty much. There was one thing that I felt like it felt more like polyester than I thought it would.
Right.
So I wasn't necessarily like crazy about that.
Yeah.
Quality
isn't really up to like the par of what you would see in the image.
Exactly.
I feel like they just get like good images and then they just
Mhm.
recreate it themselves with
Mhm.
whatever the fuck they have on hand.
Mhm.
Like, oh, you got that thing. Let's make this.
Yep. I think that's exactly what happens. I mean,
Guerrilla tailoring.
Exactly.
I guess. Oh my goodness.
But hey, it's clean.
Is that it? Is that all we have to talk about, though?
Is it?
I guess. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to bring up?
No, I'm good.
Is there anything else that you wanted to enlighten the people?
We would begin with take care.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And brush your hair?
Can I say it?
You can.
Wear clean underwear.
Oh my god. If you don't do that, then that's fucking tragic and you should think about your life. Okay, I love you. Bye.